Hi everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Homesure TV. I'm up in the Glasgow office again. I'm in nice and early because I don't have a private office up here. It's all nice and open plan, so I need to get in early before it starts getting really busy. So the first thing I wanted to say is thank you to all the new clients of Homesure this week. There's been quite a lot. It's been a very, very busy 7 days and there's lots of people watching this for the first time. So thank you very much for deciding to use Homesure, and I hope you enjoy the resources that we put out each week. One of the things I do each week is listen to a lot of audiobooks. I do a lot of learning, so I'll give an audiobook recommendation and share with you guys what I've been doing this week. So this week I've been listening to Night School by Robert Wiseman. Robert Wiseman's a UK psychologist, pretty well known in the media, and he's done a book on sleep. Now, not a property or business book as such, but quite important. We do spend a third of our lives in bed, so I was very interested in the science of sleep. So there's lots of tips in this, lots of advice, and it actually dispels a lot of myths we have about sleeps. So I'll put links into the show notes, but that's well worth a listen. It's only 7.5 hours, so listen to it at double speed. You can easily get it done on your commute to work or out jogging or whatever. So that's Robert Wiseman and it's Night School. The book I've been reading this week, one I've read many times before, always worth reading again, is The Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad Poor Dad series. If you're a property investor and you haven't read this book, then it's really important that you do it. It is not life-changing, but it's certainly mind-changing, paradigm shifting. Becoming away from an employee or self-employed, or even having your own business, to becoming an investor. And again, that's what all property investors should be. They shouldn't be in the category of being self-employed and working hard for their money. The cash flow quadrant is all about making residual income, getting your properties working for you, so that you could be on holiday, but you could be in the hospital, you could be taking a day off, and your properties are still making money for you. So that's the cash flow quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. I mentioned last week we would have a competition for the book that I was reading last week, which was Low Cost High Life. And again, it is a property investing book, so really relevant hopefully to the viewers. And we're going to give 50 copies of this away. And to win a copy of this, all I want you to do is check the show notes underneath the YouTube video and email me somebody that would be interested in property. Recommend us to somebody if you can. If you know anybody that is looking to invest in property, whether that be traditional buy-to-let property, something a bit more exciting like hotel rooms, car parking spaces, bonds, or somebody that's looking to secure their future via a pension, a SIP, then please pass over my details and I'll send you a copy of that book out. I've got 50 of them, so I'll do the first 50, and you know what, if I need to order more, then I'm more than happy to do it. So the show notes will be underneath. Moving on to this week's landlord tip, and it's something I talk about quite a lot to our investors, and it's always check your insurance for your buy-to-let properties. Now this seems pretty basic, and everybody says, yes, I've got insurance, it's not a problem, Scott, but I want to give you an example of something that happened a few years ago now, with a landlord who had his property empty during winter. It was a particularly cold winter back in 2010, and the properties were freezing and busting. We contacted all landlords to say, check your insurance. Landlord came back and said, it's fine, I've got my policy, it's not a problem. The property flooded, he tried to claim his insurance and it was empty for 35 days. We proved via the tenancy agreements that it had been empty 35 days. His insurance policy only covered him for 30 days. For the sake of that 5 days, it cost him £28,000. That's how much it cost to reinstate the property via the flood. So it could have bankrupted him. So this is quite a severe story. It's the worst one I have, but I have other ones, dozens and dozens, that are costing landlords maybe £2,000 to £3,000. So this week's tip is check your insurance policy. After you've watched this, after you've emailed me over your referral to get the book, then go and check your insurance policy. I recommend it's definitely well worth 20 minutes of your time to do that. It could save you tens of thousands of pounds. So moving on to this week's investor tip. And when investing in property, remember that money saved is much better than money earned. So let me explain this a little bit better. If you earn some money via your buy-to-lets and your rental income, and if you earned £1, then that's going to be taxed between probably 22 and 50%. So let's just say you're getting taxed on half your money. So if you're earning money and you're earning £1, you're only really earning 50 pence. Let's be honest in that. Whereas if you save £1 and you don't spend it, or you save it in the purchase price, that pound is fully yours. It's in your pocket and that's yours fully. So if you're looking at the purchase price of something, you think it's not worth really negotiating £500 or £1,000 off the purchase price, it's always worth it, because that is £1,000 you're saving, you don't need to pay out. So it's definitely worthwhile doing that extra to squeeze an extra couple of £1,000 off the purchase price. It's much better to get something slightly below market value and charge slightly below market value rents because you're getting taxed on the rents, is to pay the full price for something and need to charge a little bit more to get the yields that you need to cover your mortgages. So remember, it's better to save money than it is to earn money, all things being equal. So that's us for this week. Hope you enjoyed the tips. As always, please share the video with anyone that you think might be interested, and email me with hopefully some referrals. We grow the business simply through recommendations, testimonials from other people, so it's important to us that we continue to do that and everybody's happy. So that's us for this week, and I'll see you again in 7 days' time.